Hi guys, today I'm going to do a video on how I store my veggies, or you can even call it a meal prep video. So let's get going. So this is how I store my greens. This is the dill leaves. I just chop off the roots and I keep in these containers. The same goes with spinach. I chop off the stem and store only the leaves in it. And coriander as well, I just chop off the roots of it and store it. I have heard that coriander lasts longer when placed in a glass jar filled with water and placed in a refrigerator. I haven't yet to try that because I don't have a long glass jar. Anyhow, this way the coriander lasts for me for about a week or 10 days. And the same goes with mint. I just pluck out the leaves and store only the leaves. This way, while you're cooking, whenever you need these greens, you can take them off the fridge and use them immediately instead of cleaning and spending time. To prepare all this, it took me half an hour, but while I cook, they would come handy whenever I need them. So just spend half an hour after you come back purchasing all these veggies and store them in a nice way so that they are handy whenever you're cooking. And curry leaves, I don't store them as they come, that is in the sprigs. Again, I remove them off, separate the leaves and store only the leaves. All these containers have tissues lined at the bottom, and when I will be closing the lid, again I will cover these with a layer of tissue and then close the lid. The reason I do that is because the tissue would absorb all the moisture that these leaves let out. If possible, I change the tissues once in 3 days. I wipe off the lid or I wash it off and then replace it with a fresh tissue. Now let's see how I store beans. Beans, I just pluck off the top and bottom of it and then I just keep it in the container. By the way, let me tell about these containers. These are very transparent. They come 17 containers in one set, and these are from IKEA. The reason I like these is because they are transparent and you can easily know as to what veggies you have in your fridge and decide what to cook. I generally buy all the veggies and then prepare my weekly menu as to what to cook on which day. I don't prepare the menu in advance and then go shopping for the veggies. I do the other way around. It does work out for me. And coming to chilies, I remove the stem of it and store. Trust me, it lasts longer. Again, this is lined with tissue at the bottom and I will be topping it with the tissue and then closing the lid. I don't do anything with the lady's finger because if we chop off the head of the lady's finger, it would become slimy. So I just clean and do whatever chopping required at the time of cooking. Coming to cauliflower, I remove the florets like this and then I store it in this tall container of mine. Again, it helps me see what veggies I have in my fridge. Coming to carrots, I chop off the head and tail of the carrot and then store it in this way. Again, it is lined with a tissue. And lemons, I cannot do without lemons because I need them every morning for my honey and lemon and hot water drink. Brinjals, I store them as they come. Cucumbers, here it's very rare to find Indian cucumbers. I found them today, so I picked quite a lot of them because it's still summer out here. It's good to have cucumber on a daily basis. And those are beetroots. They would go directly into my fridge. And coconut, again, I store it in the fridge because it's damn hot here. I don't want them to get spoiled. Bottle gourd, again, it would go into my vegetable tray as it is. The same goes with tomatoes. They go into my vegetable tray as they are. By the way, guys, I bought these vegetable storing bags from Amazon and tried storing some veggies in them, but it's of no good. As the vegetables oozed out water, whole of the bag got wet, and if you don't notice the bags on time, there are chances that it would even attract fungus because it gets so wet with all the moisture that the vegetables release. This way of storing the veggies, it works for me. If you guys have any better idea, please do let me know. And ginger, I store it this way. I don't use it often because as it is, we have it in the form of ginger garlic paste. And coming to onions, I have a trolley here wherein I store my onions And then in the second one I store the garlic and potatoes. Onions, garlic and potatoes, they are not supposed to be stored in the fridge. Along with this, I've also shopped for some fruits. Let me show you. Some grapes, blueberries and papaya. Papaya, as and when it ripes, I would cut it and store it again in a container. Trust me, I want to switch all these containers into glass containers, but then I am really very skeptical because these containers we would be removing on and off while we are cooking, and there are chances that if I use a glass container I might tip it off. That's the only reason I'm giving it a second thought, but maybe down the line I might switch to glass containers soon. So along with all the fruits and veggies, I also meal prep for the week. This is cooked chana, this is rajma. I've just soaked it for about 8 hours or overnight, however, and cooked it with some salt. The same goes with rajma. Chickpeas, I use them in my salad or even for making chana masala, and rajma for the salad again. And I also have dosa batter which I prepared a few minutes ago, and this would last for 3 days. So guys, this is how I meal prep for the week and store my veggies. These veggies would last me for about a week or a fortnight, because in between I would also include rajma, chole and kidney beans or peas, all these into my daily menu. I hope this video was useful for you guys. You picked some tips from whatever I shared today. In case you have some other better suggestions, please do share. You're open to that. So that's it guys. Bye bye.